is a belief one has in his own powers to meet his assignments and his tasks. Professor Bandura wrote a book in the 1990s proving that people who have self-ability live better lives. They just do better. What are the advantages, or what is the main advantage of self-ability in regarding to our surroundings? So the one main, very simple answer is that self-ability allows people around me, allows our surroundings to trust us. They feel comfortable and safe to have their money or their safety or their secrets lay with us, because they know that if we said something, or if someone who has self-ability said something, he's a man of his word. He's going to do what he said he's going to do. And if he has a task to do, he's going to fulfill it. It seems that this special understanding we can already learn from our parasha. There's a very famous story in our parasha in Vayech, and I want to tell this story now from a different perspective. It's a perspective, the way the Shlach HaKadosh tells the story, and it's based on the Gemara in Pesachim. So what is this famous story? We all know the story. Yaakov Avinu is lying on his bed. It's the end scene of his life, and he calls all of his 12 kids. They all come around, and he says what the Torah calls, he wants to tell them, Acharit Hayamim, meaning, I want to tell you what's going to happen at the end of the days, at the end of history. But if you read the next few psukim, Yaakov Avinu does not do what he said he's going to do. He does not tell them, Acharit Hayamim. What he does is he gives each son and son a specific bracha, a blessing. What happened? So our sages and the Mefarshim on the Chumash have spent a lot of time thinking and trying to understand what happened here. The Shla gives a very nice, I think an amazing explanation, and I want to use the Gemara in Pesachim to understand his way of thinking. The Gemara tells the same story that we just told, with a few minor changes, but very important changes. Now, before we explain the Shla's answer, we have to understand two things. The first thing is, the Gemara tells the story like this, that Yaakov wanted to tell his sons Ketz Hayamin. So the Gemara changes the phrase from Acharit Hayamim, the end of the days, to Ketz Hayamin. Ketz in Hebrew is ending, and Yamin is right. Ketz Hayamin, what exactly does that mean? And then we know that the Shekhinah was taken away from him, so he couldn't have a prophecy and tell them what's going to happen. And he was debating, maybe the Shekhinah was taken away because one of my sons is not at the right level to hear this prophecy, and he was afraid. I thought that all my sons are good sons, they're going to be the base for Am Yisrael. Maybe one of them is not good. So all of his sons came and said, Shema Yisrael, listen, Yisrael our father, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem is our God, Hashem Echad, Hashem is one. They said, what did they actually say? The Gemara explains, in your heart there's only one, also in our heart there's only one. When Yaakov heard that, everything was okay, and he said, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Now the Shlach HaKadosh asks a few questions. Question number one, what was Yaakov's purpose? What was he trying to gain? Why did he want to tell them this Ketz Hayamin? Number two, how does the son's answer, how does it answer the question? How does it answer Yaakov's fear? And maybe the hardest question is, if the Shekhinah was taken from Yaakov because he thought that one of his sons wasn't worthy of hearing the prophecy, so after they told him and they proved to him that they are worthy, why didn't the Shekhinah come back? These questions the Shla asks, and he answers, but we have to understand two very important things before we understand his answer. Ketz Hayamin. Hayamin is right, the right hand. The right hand, the Yamin, in Jewish literature, is a remez, is a symbol for Hashem giving us in a nice way. In the hand of Chesed, with a smile on his face. And on the other hand, the left hand, is a symbol for when Hashem gives us B'gvura, just because he has to, or he doesn't really have to, but the law of nature says that we need to get something. You don't want to get something when it comes from the left hand. We know the pasuk says, small docha, the left hand pushes away, v'yamin mekarevet, the right hand brings you closer. So that's what we say here. The Shlan makes another point that we know that Hashem has multiple names. Now his name Hashem is also symbols the right hand, and his name Elohim symbols the left hand. Elohim symbols the Dayanim in a Beis Din. We know that the Torah calls the Dayanim Elohim. So when Hashem we call him Elohim, he's now our Dayan. He's the one who lays down the law and he does what we need to do. Says the Shla, and now he's telling the story in a new perspective. There are two ways that Geulah can come. Geulah can come with Hashem's right hand or with Hashem's left hand. Yaakov wanted to tell his sons how to bring the Geulah in the nice way. Without pogroms, without blood rolling down the streets. Nice way of Geulah. Because he didn't believe that his sons, that we had the ability and the power to suffer the Geulah from the left hand in the not nice way. He wanted to save us from all the suffering. Because he didn't think that we have the ability. What did his sons say? They said, Shema Yisrael, listen Israel, Hashem Eloheinu, meaning both in different names of Hashem, the Hashem of the right hand and Eloheinu of the left hand. When it comes to us, Hashem Echad, it's all one. We believe in ourselves. We know that it doesn't matter in which way Hashem brings the Geulah, we have the ability to be, we're going to get through it. We're going to bring the Geulah if it's easy and if it's hard. And remember, these Bnei Yaakov, the sons of Yaakov, who are they talking about? They're talking about us. We have the power. When Yaakov Avinu hears that answer, he doesn't need to tell them anything anymore. He knows that they're now going to do what has to be done. Whatever it is, they're going to do it. We can see the sons of Yaakov, them believing in themselves, it changed the way Yaakov was addressing them. Because when you have self-ability, it makes the people around you treat you differently, with more respect. And he trusts them more. Now we are living today in 2020, Tafshin Pei. We already had the first stage of Geulah back in 1948 in Tafshin Chet. Wasn't easy getting there, but it's not easy now either. It seems that we have still a far way to go till we get to the final stage of Geulah. And we need to, each one personally and us as a collective, as Am Yisrael, to remind ourselves that our ancestors, the sons of Yaakov, they told Yaakov, you can trust us. We will make it. We're not going to stop down the way. Nothing is going to stop us. We have the ability and we believe in ourselves that we can get there and we're going to get there. And if we learn from them, when we know how to tell ourselves and tell everyone around us that we can get there so everyone else treats us in the right way. If we tell the world that we know what we're worth, we know where we're going, and we know that we're going to get there, nothing is going to stop us on the way, they will treat us in the right way. Shabbat Shalom.